Hello, everyone. Welcome to our pivot table and chatting essentials. Today, we're diving into one of Excel's most powerful tools, pivot tables. If you've ever found yourself drowning in a sea of data, spending hours trying to make sense of it all, you're in the right place. So, what exactly is a pivot table? In simple terms, a pivot table is like a super fast data summarizer. Imagine you have a massive spreadsheet filled with sales data, survey responses, or any kind of information. A pivot table takes all that data and crunches it down into a neat, organized table that is much easier to understand. Think of it like a kitchen blender. You put in a bunch of ingredients and it blends them into a smoothie that is easier to consume. Before we go any further, let's quickly define some key terms. When we create a pivot table, we're working with rows, columns, values, and filters. Rows are the categories that we want to group our data by, like product names or dates. Columns help us break down that data even further, like breaking down product names by region or by year. Values are the actual data that we want to summarize, such as sales figures or quantities. And filters, as the name suggests, allows us to focus on specific parts of our data. Here is a quick example to illustrate. Here we have raw sales data. This raw data table has a bunch of sales information: order ID, customer name, order date, product, category, region, quantity, and sales amounts. We can quickly create a pivot table. Okay. Here is a pivot table that summarizes our data, showing us the total sales for each region. You see how much easier it is to get the insights from the pivot table? We can see from our hypothetical data that the North has the highest revenue, followed by the South, the West, and the East. Now, let's talk about why pivot tables are so incredibly useful. Before pivot tables, if we wanted to summarize data, we would have to do it manually. And this means writing a lot of complex formulas, copying and pasting data, and spending hours trying to get the numbers to add up correctly. Not only is this incredibly time consuming, it's also prone to errors. And if our data changes, we'd have to go back and redo everything. Pivot tables solve all these problems. They allow us to quickly summarize massive data sets with just a few clicks. We can easily rearrange our data to see it from different angles. For example, we can switch from viewing sales by region to viewing sales by product in seconds. And the best part is that pivot tables automatically update when our source data changes. So we do not have to worry about our summaries becoming outdated. Imagine that you are a sales manager and you have a report with thousands of rows of sales data. Instead of manually adding up all the sales figures for each product, you can use a pivot table to instantly show you the total sales by product, by region, or even by salesperson. This allows you to quickly see which products are selling well, which region is performing best, and who your top salespeople are. Or let's even say that you're a researcher and you have conducted a survey. You have a spreadsheet full of survey responses and you want to analyze the results. A pivot table can quickly count how many people answered each question in a certain way allowing you to easily see the overall trends and patterns in the data. Now, let's go back to our data set, which is here, and let me create a very basic pivot table, okay, rather than using the recommended one. Let's create one that summarizes our data. Do not focus on the exact steps for now. We'll cover those in detail in the next videos. I just want to show you a quick glimpse of what a pivot table can do. So you highlight the data, come to insert, and you select pivot table. Yes, we have our own data here within the table as highlighted, and we want it to use the existing worksheet. What does this mean? It means that I want the pivot table to be showing on the right side of this same Excel sheet. And so I say, oh, it asks me, where do you want it to be? Okay, here. I want the pivot table to start from there. So this is where our pivot table will start from cell L2. What do we want to see? We want to see product categorization of product sales amounts by region. Okay, it's sales amounts, and we want to see the sum of sales amounts. Okay, so here, this makes it incredibly easy to see which regions are generating the most revenue. We can also see the quantity sold. Okay, quantity sold by region. Alright, total quantity sold by region. So let's recap what we've learned today. We've learned that pivot tables are powerful tools that allow us quickly summarize large data sets. They are incredibly useful for finding patterns and trends in our data, and they are much faster, easier, and more flexible than manually summarizing data. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into how to prepare our data for pivot tables, which is a crucial step for accurate analysis. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more Excel tutorials. See you in the next video.